Good morning.
For those that don't know, for those who have never listened to the radio show, what is the Ladies of Lollipop Lane all about?
Well, it's about a bunch of really wacky characters who all live in the same block of flats. And the two main characters are Mrs. Sing Sing and Mrs. Sing Song, created by a policeman who couldn't work out that they both had Mrs. A Sing, so one became a Sing Sing and one became a Sing Song. And Mrs. Sing Song makes biscuits, and then there's a mad dolphin hugger, tree hugger, a lady who's mad about clothes, a rather mad-thinking young man called Ricky, and generally an auntie. There's lots of lovely characters, and it's just a wild sort of fun show where people who have followed the program for so long, I think it ran for 800 episodes on Lotus FM, can actually now see the people who put the voices to the characters.
How close is the stage production to the radio production that was created by Clinton?
Well, what it is it's an interesting process, because if you are a radio listener, you don't have any pictures to watch. So your characters are your own. So your idea of Mrs. Sing Sing and my idea of Mrs. Sing Sing will be totally different. Now put it on a stage and now they become visual. So you then have another aspect to what you had in your head before. It's a very interesting process also for the actors, because in a radio studio they're close together around a microphone. Now they have to wear the costumes that Clinton has designed for them, and they have to move. How do they move? They didn't have to move before. It was just the voice that was needed.
What informed the decision to move it from a radio production to a theatre production? Why now?
I think it was to reach the audience who was so popular, who followed it so well, and maybe give another aspect to it, enlarge the characters, and again, allow more people perhaps to see it.
You mentioned something interesting, Caroline. You talked about the fact that you've now got to take that voices, and that was the theatre of the mind, to a visual aspect of theatre now. How does Pauline and Shika bring that to life in terms of the production? And, of course, now you've got to work in dimensions, in space, you're talking to a live audience. It's all these other factors that you alluded to earlier.
Yes, yeah. It's a huge leap, even for experienced actresses, to take that character from the studio to the stage. And Shika is an experienced, Shika Budu, who plays Mrs. Sing Song, is an experienced actress, can take that in her stride. I think the heroine of the piece is Pauline Dalle, and this is the very first time she has walked onto a stage and had to learn lines and take her character from the comfort of the microphone onto the very scary process, which is the stage. And she works with me quite often, but is mainly in the backstage. And so for her, I think she's made the greatest step forward.
Why is this such a good story to tell?
Because it's fun, and I think it's important to make people laugh. Not laugh at oddities, but to understand characters for what they are, who they are, what drives them, and if they may seem a bit oddball, don't dismiss them. Have fun with them, enjoy them.
What influenced the decision to star as Shirley's mother from Hell in the production?
Oh, Mrs. MacDoodle, I don't know. I have to talk to Clinton about that. And she wears this sort of rather dead fur. We did look at proper fox fur, but we all decided no, we didn't have the heart to do that. So it's a kind of revamped teddy bear that she wears around her shoulders. And she really is a very difficult woman.
Caroline, we're going to leave it there, but thank you very much for joining me. That is
Thank you
Caroline
so much.
Smart, who's the director of the Ladies of Lollipop